My name is Anthony Shaw. This is my recovery story.
My name is Albert, and I'm a person in long-term recovery.
My name is Daniel Mungie.
Angela Frazier here.
Bryce from Detroit, person in long-term recovery.
My name is Erin Wiggins.
My name is Joe Turner.
Hi, I'm Heather.
My name is Lorene McNeil, and I'm here to tell my recovery story.
Addiction is something that is unreasonable to the person experiencing it. Their better judgment might tell them not to do something, but the addiction tells them that they gotta do it. During the course of my 15-year addiction with heroin, I abandoned my family, I abandoned school, my home, my children, my wife. I became very desperate.
At 31, I walked into my doctor's office with the shoulder pain. I needed surgery. At that time, my husband wouldn't support me having surgery because it meant he would have to take care of the kids, and he was not up for that. So the next option was to prescribe me medication for my pain. The minute that I took that first pill, I was in love. I take this pill and all of a sudden I get relief. I actually feel happiness for the first time. I felt like super mom. All the things that I couldn't do before because physically I was in so much pain, now I can do them. I was buzzing around the house, picking up the house, doing all the laundry. I mean, it was like a miracle to me. I didn't want to ever be without this medication ever again. So one pill obviously started going to 2 pills, 2 pills went to 3 pills, 4 pills went to 5 pills. I was on hydrocodone, oxycodone, Xanax. At the height of my pain pill addiction, I was taking over 300 pills a month. I was being prescribed. Of course, I ended up running out of my prescriptions early, so that meant I was buying them on the street and being exposed to other ways of obtaining opioids, which eventually led me to heroin.
I started using drugs when I was in junior high school and it progressed. I went from smoking marijuana to drinking alcohol and then to harder drugs. I started experimenting, and heroin became my drug of choice.
I was running wild and committing robberies and sniffing cocaine, spending a lot of money. My wife was noticing it, and she confronted me. And when she confronted me about it, I broke down and admitted what I was doing. And from there, I got myself into a program, methadone program. And from there, I got to a private doctor. I was on methadone for 13 years. And finally, I'm off it.
In active addiction, we felt powerless. I know I did. But now that I'm in recovery, I feel powerful. I keep my power every day. I'm positive every day. I'm grateful every moment I wake up and I'm able to experience another day.
Safer to say that I did not graduate high school. Safer to say that I was in and out of detoxes, in and out of jail, until I lost just about everything. But somehow, for some reason, in my 20s, I decided, and I think there were just the forces of my ancestors telling me that I was better than my present situation.
Before I entered into recovery, I didn't know how to face a challenge. Like the way that I faced the challenge was to run from it, was to numb it up, was to quiet my inner anxiety by using a substance or using something outside of myself to get rid of that. Now, in all challenges, like I'm able to show up. Even if I'm scared, like I could walk into it. Even if I'm afraid, like I can step into it. And what ends up happening is my capacity to be able to solve problems increases. Like my capability it grows. My stock continues to go up because each and every day, like I show up no matter what life brings me. So, I mean, I've been through deaths, I've been through breakups, I've been through job shifts, I've been through, you know, not knowing what's gonna happen next. I've been through financial strife, just things that if I was still in active addiction, like I would have had to run from. Like I would have had to run from it, I would have had to numb from it. But today I can show up, today I can be here, and today I could do, you know, whatever little I can do in today, I can do it. And I don't have to run, and I don't have to numb it up.
When I very first started recovering, a couple of months went by, I started noticing my life getting much better. Like good things started happening, coming in my way. And I start to feel better about myself. Like it awoken when I started making those NA meetings, which stands for Narcotics Anonymous. When I started making those meetings and listening to those people in there, it like awoken my spirit. It's like that inner man that wanted to live, that was way down inside of me. They brought it out. A light came back into my very being. That's what recovery did for me.
The beginning of my real recovery is when I went to McPike for my first inpatient treatment experience. And that was the first time I ever felt a glimpse of hope. That was my first interaction with, oh my gosh, maybe there's something different. Maybe my life can possibly be what I want it to be. The first year was really tough. I was faced with a decision in that moment of either you're all in or you're all out. Either you do whatever it takes to gain a life in recovery, or you don't, and you leave everybody behind and you leave them alone and you let them move on with their lives. And I'm so happy and grateful that I chose the second, because I have like a life beyond my wildest dreams at this time.
And I would ask anybody out there listening to ask yourself to name one positive thing that your addiction has done for you. Name one thing that you could point to in your addiction that was helpful to you, that lifted you up. Now somebody would say, well, it relieved the pain I was experiencing, helped me to medicate myself. That was only temporary. Addiction is something that is a destroyer of lives and must be overcome.
I thought nothing was wrong with drinking. Until my life became unmanageable. Some parts of my life, not my whole life, but some parts of my life had become unmanageable. Meaning that I'm a disabled veteran and I thought drinking was the way of life. I didn't think nothing was wrong with it. But then I became missing in action a lot of times, and that was very troublesome for me because I was like the go-to guy. And then a lot of times I was missing. People couldn't find me because I was either drunk somewhere or recovering from somewhere. I didn't think nothing wrong with drinking. I didn't think nothing was wrong with sniffing cocaine. All money was gone. Everybody else I was hanging around with was gone. So I had to make one what we call a grown-up, a big boy decision, and it was hard.
My purpose is to let you know that I've had learning moments, and they haven't all been pleasurable. And you'll have some too. But those learning moments make you a better person.
Before recovery, I didn't find beauty in myself, and I didn't find much around me or in the life that I was living. That pathway for me included treatment, inpatient and outpatient. It included different medications at different times in my journey, and it also included therapists and doctors. In addition to that, it also included my spirituality. It included Reiki. It included my own personal journey of finding myself. What that recovery looks like today is I've now built a life that I love.
I worked my way to AA, and being in AA, they had dances and things of that sort. And I remember the first time I went to an AA dance. I'm a person, I love to dance. And I danced all night. I danced all night long. And the next day, I just had this feeling of just really feeling good. And I realized, you know what? You didn't have any drugs or anything like that. You weren't in the bathroom half of the night. And that really hit me, that it was possible to have a life that did not revolve around drugs. So that's my recovery story.